Hey everyone, I am so excited for today's unboxing. Let's just unbox first and then we'll talk a little bit more after. To get the box out. Oh. Okay. Oh my. It's a little bit more difficult than I was expecting. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take off the flower first. Okay. Ooh. I love this sticker. It's so cute. There's just so many layers to this. Okay, so let's put this down onto the side for a second. The bag. Take this out. Oh my gosh, here we go. Wow. So it's the Chanel Classic Flap, the medium size, in the black caviar with the gold hardware. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at her. Okay, so my battery died, so the lighting might be a little bit different now. Okay, so here is the bag. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. She's adorable. And this is on with the double strap. And we're gonna just open this up and take, still have the stickers on here. So we have this first felt lining, and then we have the second felt lining, and then looks like we also have some paper here too. Okay. And then this is the inside. So I got this bag actually today. I got this bag on the Madison Avenue Chanel store, and funny enough, I was actually at that store about 2 weeks ago on a Monday, and at that time they did have the Chanel Caviar black medium flap with the gold hardware, and the woman there, the SA there, she showed it to me, and that was my first time really seeing it in person, and for me to hold it in person and try it on, and I loved it, but I didn't mentally feel like I was ready to like buy it yet. And so I kind of was like, oh, it's so expensive, I don't think I need it or want it. And so I left the store, and that was that. But then I kept on thinking about the bag a lot. Like every day I kept thinking, oh my goodness, like I really like the bag, it's so beautiful. And so then today, on a Tuesday, about 2 weeks later, I decided to go in, and I met the same SA who's so lovely, and asked her again, oh, like I met you a few weeks ago, like I don't know if you remember me, but I'm interested now in a black classic flap. I said I didn't know a size. I said I was interested in both the small and the medium. And what do you know? She actually had both the small and the medium in black caviar with the gold hardware in stock. And she said that she only had 2 black caviar mediums and then 1 black caviar small, and that she said it was very rare for her to have both of those bags at the same time. She said it's pretty random for when they get this bag in stock. It seems like maybe the weekdays are a better time to go, because the last time I was there 2 weeks ago on a Monday, they also had 1 bag in stock. And then today on a Tuesday, they had 2 bags in stock. And when she brought out the bags today, when I was checking them out, both of the bags, the small and the medium, were both like wrapped, like with the paper wrapping over the hardware. Like no one had touched the bags yet. It really seemed like this bag was not the same bag that I had looked at 2 weeks ago, and that I was the first person actually touching and looking at this bag. I felt so grateful. I was like, wow, I can't believe I get to decide between small and medium, because I'm lucky that they're both in stock right now and that I'm able to choose between the two. I spent so long trying on both the small and the medium together, and I loved both. They're both so cute and so pretty. The small bag, I actually think the proportions of the bag looks great together, like in terms of the height to length ratio with the flap ratio. I actually feel like that bag looks beautiful. It does look like a bag that can be used both in the daytime and at nighttime, but my heart was just telling me that the medium just made more sense to me. Like, I'm looking for a bag that I can use mostly in the daytime. I'm probably not going to use this bag at night. I don't go to many evening events or nighttime events, and if I do, I have my Lady Dior in black that I can use. I wanted a bag that I felt like was slightly on the more larger size that I could use in the daytime. That's why I decided in the end to go with a medium size over the small. The essay there, she told me that the small size used to only be sold in France, but now in the US they're starting to sell the small size. I am so excited. I also decided to go with the caviar instead of the lambskin because I wanted a bag that's a little bit more sturdy. I do think the lambskin looks better as a vintage bag compared to the caviar, but I also feel like the caviar would hold up better and I would have to be less careful with it. My Lady Dior bag is already in a very delicate lambskin leather, and so I didn't want 2 black bags with delicate leathers. I wanted to be able to have one of the bags, a bag that I could use a little bit more freely. The other thing I really like with the caviar leather is that it makes the bag look more casual. I think the bag itself is already kind of a formal looking bag. The caviar texture, I think, makes it more approachable and just more casual to be used during the daytime, which is primarily when I'm outside and when I am even using my bags. I have to say that when it comes to shopping in New York, if you are going to be shopping in the city, that the Chanel store that's on 57th Street, which is the one that's closest to 5th Avenue, where all the other stores are, that Chanel store is huge and it has a really great collection, and that's where I bought my Chanel 19 bag. However, I will say that this Chanel store in Madison, where I bought this bag for, the essay there is just great. She provides such great service. So even though that store is a lot smaller of a store, I do think that each time the service I've gotten there has been much better than the times I've looked at bags for the large Chanel store on 57th Street. I think that if you're just looking to browse bags, go ahead and go to the 57th Street store, but if you were looking to purchase a bag and have like a personalized experience, then go ahead and choose the Madison Street store. I don't want to say my essay's name, but she's a lovely woman. She was there both days when I went into the Chanel store to look at the black classic flaps, and I didn't make appointments with her. So if you go to the store, you'll probably see her. You'll probably know who I'm talking about. In the time period when I was trying to decide between the small and the medium classic flaps and trying them on, there were 2 separate groups of people who went into that Chanel store and knew who she was and was also trying to work with her to buy something from her because she already has great connections with other people. So she's an amazing essay. I just really recommend her. She provides excellent service. I would love to purchase all my other Chanel bags from her because she's amazing. The other thing with the essay is that she really gave me more about the history of the bag without me even asking, which I thought was wonderful and so sweet. She said that this bag has multiple different pockets, and there's the back pocket right here. There's also the pocket that's kind of like in the very back, like back here. There's also a pocket in the top right here, and she said that this is where like Coco Chanel would like put in her notes and like love notes here, which is very cute. For the flap, there's actually 2 layers. So there's an inside layer to the part of the flap, but there's also an outside layer, which I thought was really interesting. And then we have the inside of the bag, which has 2 back pockets and a little mid pocket, which is where Chanel used to put her lipstick in. And then I do have the version with the, I don't know if you can see, but with the plated authenticity instead of the card. And then you also have a front pocket here. So there's so many pockets for one bag. The other part that I did not know before is that the chain actually has an end to it. So I don't know if you can see here, but there is like this leather curls and ends here. Instead of like weaving through the rest of the chain, there is an ending to the leather. This is the end because there's a curved part in here and a curved part in here where the 2 ends meet. This part, the essay says that most people tend to put this part of the strap on the inside of the bag so that it's hidden. And I didn't know that part, so it was very sweet that she told me that. And then this bag also comes with a 5-year warranty, which covers when there is any kind of blemishes that occur, mostly specifically for the hardware. So if the hardware were to tarnish, then that's what the 5-year warranty would cover for. However, they said that if there's like a scratch that you got onto the bag, then the warranty doesn't cover for that. The essay was telling me that the 5 years was determined because they wanted to show the type of customer service that Chanel provides to their customers compared to the other luxury houses that typically only do about 2 years. This was a really fun purchase for me. I'm in love with this bag. I can genuinely use it forever. Oh, I forgot to show, let's see. There's a few other things that were also given. First is this little flap that has the cloth to help wipe the bag. And there's also a booklet that shows a little bit about the history of the bag as well. And then this is like how it was made in the past. Yeah, I'm just so beyond excited for this bag. I feel like it's a classic that I'll be able to use for a very long time. It's a great size, it's a great material. I almost don't know if there's really anything else that I need to add to my collection next because I love this bag so much. The only other things I can think of is maybe like Hermes, but I don't know how I would ever get around to owning a Hermes bag. I'm just beyond excited. Like, I can't believe I actually have one of these. They are quite expensive, unfortunately. The cost was $8,800 and then you have to add on tax, so it's actually above $9,000 for this bag. That's quite intimidating, but I do think that I am quite in love with it and I do see myself using this bag forever, so in that sense I do think it's worth it.